And we are live. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. It is a beautiful, rainy day. Daylight savings hit us, but wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This is your week in review, Monday, March 10th. We had a great week of training last week in the gym. It was actually our last official week of training before retest week. We are currently in our deload week. So last week was our last chance to kind of hit those heavy weights, hit those workouts hard, and get ready to retest all of our baselines. I will share with you guys the first workout. Here we go. We had a good example of kind of what last week looked like. We had a great workout getting us under that barbell, getting some burpees, double unders, calories on those machines, a good chunk of work, a little bit of rest, but the star of the show is going to be that heavy set of 2 back squat. You guys did heavy sets of 2 for not only the back squat, but bench press and deadlift, which are our key lifts coming at you in retest week. They are also the key lifts for the OXFIT liftoff, which is happening on Saturday, March 15th. So this weekend, we're getting ready for that liftoff. So last week's workouts should have got you nice and warmed up to test that 1 rep max for those lifts. And if you were here in the gym this past weekend, you saw that Coach Beefy hosted our Friday night lift-off prep, which was a great way to get geared up and get ready for the OXFIT liftoff, learn kind of what the flow of that competition is going to feel like. People had a chance to go through kind of the warm-up routine, learn how to put in numbers, know the structure of the event. But if you did not go on Friday night, no worries. Liftoff will be very simple. We'll all be there to help each other warm up, get through those 3 lifts, and really test ourselves, which will be super exciting. But all in all, we had a great week of training last week in the gym. And another big thing that kicked off was OXFIT's 8-week HYROX prep program. Ant got us started with that on Sunday morning with a little HYROX style run club. So we're actually going to send it over to Ant. He is all the way at OXFIT Grant Park. Welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
My camera set up all right? Oh, yeah.
You look good.
What's up? So, yeah, what a week, huh? Another week, another set of events coming up.
Yeah, we had a great week of training, gearing up for OXFIT liftoff, working on lifting those heavy weights, and then also kicking off our HYROX 8-week program that happened on Sunday. And you guys did a killer workout, I heard.
Yeah, so you titled this, What the Fuck is HYROX, right? So
Yep.
It's a great question, right? And it's a new fitness craze that came out of Germany, which if you look at all the stations, they're in kilometers and meters. So you know it didn't come from America, right? That would say feet and inches and miles, but it's in kilometers and it's in meters. But don't let that intimidate you because everything is pretty simple, right? So should we talk through what it looks like first?
Yeah. So when you say HYROX, it's the same at every event, right?
Yeah. So every event is this same setup with 8 stations and 8 kilometers of running, or the other way around, 8 kilometers of running with 8 stations in between. And the stations are always the same weight, same setup. So the way I think about it is kind of like going to do a half marathon, but more fun.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it.
Right.
And just looking at the stations, I mean, all that is stuff we're super familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it starts with a run, and then it goes into a ski erg. Then you run again, sled push, run, sled pull, run, burpee broad jumps, run, row, run, farmer's carry, run, wall balls, cross the finish line. And I'm not even going to leave that up too long because if you want to see the workout, you can Google it, right? And you can find out what that workout looks like. And it's not going to change, always looks like that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Feel free to look up that workout. And then that's something that if you want to officially do a HYROX, that can be done individually. You can do it with a partner. You can split up that work.
Yeah. There's
I
also
think,
a relay.
or relay.
Yeah.
And I think most people, you can correct me if I'm wrong, get a little bit intimidated because they think HYROX is just, I got to start running.
Yeah, it's like with everything, right? Like we do triathlons, we do half marathons, we do all kinds of events. And the thing that scares people the most is the running, right? And we tell people all the time, you train well enough here to do pretty much anything, right? Our general physical preparedness program, our Ox 60 program will get you ready for anything. You just have to show up and do it. Now, what this 8-week program will do is just give you a better understanding of what it's going to feel like, right? So every Sunday, you can show up, and my goal for them sessions is to build on top of the programming, right? So whatever we're doing in the week, we'll set you up already to go and crush a HYROX. You don't need the Sunday session, but the Sunday session is designed to do one thing: improve your aerobic capacity, right? So we want to improve your ability to sustain your optimal heart rate for as long as possible, is basically what that means, right? So that's going to be different for everybody. But the key to the 8 weeks is I just want you to find out what that looks like and understand what we mean when we talk about pacing, right? And I talked about this on Saturday or Sunday, but I'll just show you because I think it's easy to show you in a graph. Can you see the graph on your screen?
Yeah, see it really well.
Cool. If you want, you can make it a little bigger, but so we've got max heart rate on the side, and then we've got time across the bottom, right? And this is what, well, I'm going to put 3 lines on there because this is what I see a lot of people do is they start off, let's say resting heart rate somewhere around here. They take off, they go to the first station, and they skyrocket to the top, right? And then slowly over the course of the workout, they might be able to hold that for a second, and then slowly, they drop off to the finish line where they collapsed somewhere around here, right? They don't go to dead, so I shouldn't go all the way down there, but they go back to somewhere close to their resting heart rate, right? Not going to go to 0. And then what a lot of people do that have done this kind of stuff before is they'll do something like this, where they'll skyrocket a little bit, and then it's too high, then they'll come back down, and then they'll go back up, and then they'll come back down, back up. And it'll end up looking something like this, which slowly tails off towards the end, right?
Yeah.
And we see this a lot in classes, right? You know, everybody knows this person that round 1 shoots out the gate, and then you know you're going to catch them up by round 5, right? But then I think this is probably the most common thing you see is people skyrocketing up and down, up and down, up and down. They'll get to the row, they're like, I'm a good rower. It doesn't matter if you're a good rower. What matters is what you're going to do over the course of 8 rounds, right? So you want to find your pace and your capacity on each station. So by the end of 8 weeks, it's going to look something like this. You're going to start off here, somewhere around resting. Your heart rate will go up, but you'll know what each station wants to look like to hit something like that, right? By the time you get to the finish, you're just touching max or somewhere where it's optimal, right? So it might be station 6 or 7. You might just start hitting max heart rate and you know you can hold it. But what you don't do is you hit max heart rate on station 1, station 2, station 3. So it's just you getting a better understanding of what heart rate and what pacing feels like on each thing. And so when you get to the rower, you know what pace you can hold. You get to the skier, you know what pace you can hold. You get to the sandbags, all that stuff, you know what it's going to feel like, and you'll have a reference point for it based on how we've been training. So that's the goal of the 8-week program on the side of you just showing up and it being free, right? For people that are doing the HYROX. Now, we do have an 8-week program for people that want a little bit more. And what that will look like is we will test you. We'll get to see where your weaknesses are. And then during the week, each week, me and Savannah will send you how we want you to focus each day of training. And depending on what your weaknesses are, if they're not in that week, there might be an extra session where you have to come in and do some of that stuff. So we'll put it like a day we're not using the rowers, you might have to find some time to come in and get better at rowing, right? A day we're not using the ski ergs, same thing. And we're going to build that schedule around that and your individual goal to get you where you want to be. And on the other side of that, Caitlin will do your nutrition so that we can get you to a point where you lose a little bit of weight and you feel better, you feel more fueled, and you're primed to go and crush it. So that's the other side of the 8-week program that we're running now. So you'll have a personal coach, which will be Savannah on the fitness side, a personal nutrition coach, which will be Caitlin, and then I'll be overseeing your training program. So you've got 3 coaches that will get you across that finish line to the start line in the best possible shape and across the finish line with your record time. So if you're interested in that, that's going to be obviously a personal coaching price, right? So you're looking at somewhere in the region of $800 to $1,000 there, but that's going to be the thing that gives you the most confidence to get across that line. Like Caitlin's my nutrition coach, Savannah's my fitness coach, right? Like I know I need that to get there. If you know you need that, great. Sign up, let us know. Can't wait to work with you. If you just want to do the free thing, we'll still get you to the start and finish line. Well, it's just how bad do you want a PR? How bad do you want to, this might be a reason that you lose that 10 pounds that you've wanted to lose, right? Like this might be the catalyst to do that. And that's what we're set up to do. So get in touch with it if you want to do the coaching. And if you want to just show up on a Sunday and understand how to improve your aerobic capacity and your pacing, that's also an option. So 2 options there to get you to crush your first HYROX.
Oh yeah. No, I'm pumped for HYROX, but I think it's also so cool that, training for this one specific event translates so well to so many other things that we do. So even if HYROX isn't something you're signed up for or you thought you would do, whether you sign up or not, if you want to do a triathlon, if you want to do a fitness competition, if you're training for DECA, this is going to help you. So this could be a tool for, so many people to get a personal coach and start working on building that aerobic capacity and learning how to pace themselves in workouts. Because we have.
And that's what I said. That's what I said to people at the end of this. Once you've done your HYROX, you kind of have to sign up for like the Peach Tree or something like that, because you're just going to be in such great shape that you're going to want to test things like that. Because all this aerobic training and just where your body will be at the end of this program. You're going to want to do that other stuff too. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it's super cool. And just puts you in a place to really take advantage of the types of workouts we program, so you can stop doing this and maybe find a little bit more consistency and get more out of your training. I know there are people that have been coming here for years that probably still haven't mastered pacing. And we see it all the time, especially in those workouts that are record your fastest round, record your slowest round. If you do those workouts and your times are night and day different, you need to look into this because this would help you out.
Yeah. And I mean, most athletes that are in our gym, I would say, don't worry about it. Most people that have signed up that I know of, they don't need to worry about the running. You're going to finish the running. Yeah. The thing that I'm going to teach you is how to transition better. That's what we'll be doing on the Sunday run clubs. And they're going to be focused on the running. So you don't have to go and start doing some crazy program. If you're completely new to running, we have a way that we like to train you up to do something that's 8K. And it does not include a lot of miles. It includes a lot of intervals. It includes a lot of like timed work, includes a lot of track work, and it includes a lot of time under tension where you might be on a rower, a ski, a bike, training your running, right? So if you just don't like running, there's a way that you can get ready for this where you only have to run this 8K once and you don't have to do it 9 times before the event, right? That's what we work on. That's what we understand. That's what this HYROX training program, we've been working on this without having HYROX for 10 years now, right? This is what we do. So you don't have to adjust what you're doing. We've been training for things like this already. We know how to get you ready. If you want to be the best version of yourself going to this race, then just start doing the coaching program now.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to share. I'm going to pop up just to get a little visual of the fun you guys had this past weekend. And just when you think of a run club, this probably isn't, what people imagine it would look like. But we posted this reel to Instagram over the weekend. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got skis. Yes, we're on the runner, but then we also have some people on these rowers. I know you guys got on the wall balls at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looked like it hurt. You can just tell by the faces.
Yeah, it's funny, like hybrid athlete has been something that like seems to be a new term,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been hybrid athletes. We've been trained as hybrid athletes. Anyone that's been at Oxfit, you're an hybrid athlete. The way that they do it, bodybuilding and running, is
Mm-hmm.
not an effective way to train for a HYROX, right? So
Right.
all these influencers that are HYROX athletes, they train wrong for this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of training that is going to get you feeling your best. And what we did on Sunday was I wanted to get to know the anaerobic baselines,
Yeah.
and the longer they can hold a higher heart rate is going to help translate to being able to hold a medium heart rate for longer in the race, right? And so we only ran once, but we were sprinting. We only rode once, but we were sprinting. And now we've got all these baselines that we can use. When we retest them, I bet we see scores jump like 20 to 30%, but we haven't been sprinting. We've just been trying to build that aerobic capacity, you know? So it's
Yeah.
going to be cool to look at. I did tell some of the athletes, like especially the people doing individual, to think about getting a heart rate monitor for their training,
Mm-hmm.
and not to really focus on it, but just to understand the data, what it feels like when you're going too fast, what it feels like when you're going too slow, and just have reference points to know what that feels like, right? Like you might be able to then look at your watch and be like, oh, that's too quick for station number one. Or, oh, that's too quick for run number three, right? And you'll
Mm-hmm.
know, because you can only sustain your max heart rate for so long before it starts to impede your performance and not improve it, right? And we want this line to be constantly going up towards the finish, not spiking like a heart rate monitor at a hospital, and definitely not dropping from the top, right?
Yeah.
So just having a better understanding of heart rate could possibly help, but not to get too focused on the zones, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you're out there going to Oxfit, doing HYROX, know somebody doing HYROX, if their training plan is running every single day and just doing HYROX over and over and over again,
Right, there's that too. Yeah, I see that too.
that's a quick way, I think, to ruin it for yourself and take the fun out of it. So
Yeah.
there's ways to
Yeah, like I think people think like I'm gonna get better at wall balls, so I'm just gonna do wall balls. No, like our program is designed where you're gonna get better at front squats, back squats, thrusters, push press. Then you're gonna get better at wall balls, right? So just follow the program. You know, oh, I'm gonna get better at burpee broad jump, so I need to burpee and broad jump every day. Well, that's gonna suck, innit? So like today was burpees with deadlift, right?
Mhm.
Like, so you're working on your grip strength for the farmer's carry and you're working on your burpees. So like that's a better way to do it than, hey, I'm just gonna keep doing HYROX over and over again. And the two mistakes that you see is someone repeatedly doing HYROX and someone doing bodybuilding and running as a program. Like bicep curls and tricep extensions are not going to get you to the finish line on a HYROX. You know, might look good with your shirt off, but that's not going to improve your time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just training all of these functional movements in different ways, whether it's literally what's written on HYROX or not, and then just building that aerobic capacity and being able to work with intensity for longer, which all of that is what we do. So
Yep. So yeah, the main thing is like to finish this HYROX, improve your aerobic capacity, get to know your pacing, lose a little bit of body weight, right? You don't want to be carrying any body weight that's not functional around there. And that's what we do with our nutrition program, and that's what we do with our training program already. And then once you layer on the Sunday run club, then you're gonna be ready.
hell
So
yeah. And if that
yep.
interests you, shoot me an email, sav@ox.fit, or shoot Ant an email, ant@ox.fit. Easy to remember. Let us know. We'll let you know what the next steps are. But I mean, end of the day, you can just show up at what, 7:30 on Sundays?
Yeah, I mean, what an opportunity though. You got three coaches that will work to get you to that start and finish line. You know, we're all excited about it. We're all doing it. So I would say don't miss this opportunity to get this personal coaching. And like, it's already March. You could kick off your year so fast by having this awesome event to look forward to and getting your nutrition dialed in and your training exactly where you want it. And also being able to work on and expose your weaknesses that's what I enjoy, you know, is finding ways to push people to get better at things that they don't like.
Yeah, that's what we're about to do.
Yep. Last thing, lift off. Make sure you sign up for the lift off on Saturday.
Please.
Oxfit Athletes, the code. What's going to be here at Oxfit Grand Park, we're going to have it set out. You're going to have a stage set up, and it's an Oxfit lift off. It is not a powerlifting competition. It's going to be fun. You're going to be doing some fitness. You're going to be hanging out with your friends, and you will lift weights that you never thought you could lift just because of the environment and the atmosphere is so awesome. So come and test yourself.
Yeah. This is what it looks like to register. Click register, and then if you're an Oxford athlete, make sure you use your code. You get a pretty good discount. But yeah, this is one of my favorite events of the year, and so definitely don't miss out on this. Whether you know it or not, you've been training for this entire spring cycle, so there's no reason not to.
Yeah, and like even for me, like this doesn't fit my goal for the year, but I'm gonna just treat it as a baseline and just have fun with it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
All right, well,
All right, Seth.
thank you for,
Happy Monday.
yeah, happy
See
Monday.
you guys in the gym.
It's going to be a good week. I will see you back here next Monday.
Let's go.
All right, let's crush it.